Hello, I'm Michael Morpurgo. I think you hope you have one or two of my books in your libraries. And I just wanted to say a word about libraries and a word about you people. I've always thought that libraries are really the equivalent of our NHS. You know, we need our libraries. We might go to hospital to get ourselves stitched up and mended health-wise, but libraries are where we learn to think and dream and find out. They're hugely, hugely important, and the work that you do and the connection that you have for the people who come to buy books, particularly young people, is so, so important. So I want to thank you for all the work you put in, day out, and I know sometimes in the climate at the moment it's not easy for you with the threats of closures and this and that. But there are people like ourselves, writers and publishers, who are doing what we can and speaking out to try to make sure that we hang on to those great libraries that we've got. This year is particularly important to me as a writer because I've written a lot about war and the effects of war. And as you know, we're coming towards the end of the centenary of the First World War. And it reminds me that 100 years ago, the libraries were there, and part of the education of the nation went on from your places. And those soldiers who went off to the war, they grew up with libraries. They've been part of who we are for a very long time now. So this particular year, obviously we remember those who didn't come back, but we also remember the work. And some of them were librarians, these people, one mustn't forget that. You know, there were an awful lot of librarians killed in the First World War. So let's remember them and the people who stayed behind and tried to make it all work, the women and the men who went out there and never came back. And the wonderful poetry they wrote. Your shelves are going to be full of the poetry those people wrote, and they've been read a lot in these last 4 years. And I hope some of my books have been read a lot in the last 4 years. If not, then I shall never visit your library again. Cheers. Bye-bye.